We have another Formula Mazda race that we're going to be doing today at Daytona Sports Car Circuit, Daytona International Raceway. And waiting for things to load as we get ready to head out in our 5150 Mazda, Formula Mazda, little open wheel racer. And here we begin the first lap of qualifying. Getting up to about 145 on the straightaway. And these particular cars, they're not really all that fast. But man, are they a blast to drive. It's like a 200 horsepower go-kart. It's pretty exciting to drive these little Mazdas. All the cars in this game are exciting to drive in one way or another, but some of them are just a little bit more fun than others. And this is one of those cars. These little Mazda, Formula Mazdas. So a halfway decent segment score there, an 8.8. And I only get up to 146. And I've got pedal to the metal on this thing. I want it to go as fast as it can go. And, you can adjust the gear ratio and make it a little bit taller gearing that will give you an overall higher speed, but it takes a lot longer to get up to that speed. You have to cover more distance. You can set the gear ratio shorter and the car will be quicker but not as fast. So there's this kind of intricate balance that you have to try to achieve where you get the most quickness and the most top speed. And coming around on the final lap in qualifying, it looks like I'm qualifying 7th. Whether or not that holds true, because there's still a couple of minutes left in qualifying, I don't know. But so currently I'm 8th with a lap time of 1:59, and somebody was getting around that track at 1:56. So how they're able to get around that track at 1:56 in these cars is I don't know, but somebody's doing it because there's the time. So we're waiting here for this thing to load. Kind of the transitions are not all that good. And so here's the field that I will be competing against. And of course, again, all of these cars are the same. They just, have different paint jobs. Here's a Red Bull. Here's the Bob Bondurant paint job. Another Bondurant car. And it looks like we have another one behind it. And then this guy he's all done up with Marlboro livery. And there I am in my 5150 car. And somebody behind me looks like they have a purple car. Okay, and we're off. A little bit of a bottleneck going through here, and I brake a little bit harder than this purple guy. He's able to get past me. Those guys go off track, so I gain a couple of spots there. That Marlboro guy, he lost a position. And this left-hander coming up, somebody slammed into the back of me right there. Kind of knocked me around a little bit. I'm trying to keep an eye on him in my rearview mirror. He's in one of those Bondurant cars, so I guess maybe that guy didn't pay attention in class. And I'm able to get past a couple of guys there. And that guy slams into me. This guy, some guy goes off track there. And I pass this guy on the outside. And I'm actually able to get up into second place. So I'm feeling pretty good about things right about now. With this Marlboro guy in my rearview mirror, he's right on me. And he slams into the back of me. Slams into me again. Looks like that purple car went off track I noticed that in my rear view. And this Marlboro guy, he completely slams into me and knocks me off track. And I end up getting the penalty for that. So I don't understand how that works. That guy hit me, knocked me off track, and I get the penalty for it. So the designers of this thing, they have to work on these algorithms, because that's not right. Somebody went off track there, so I was able to gain a spot. And I got a little bit of a track violation for cutting that corner improperly. And it looks like I might be a little bit faster down the straightaway than this guy. So I swing around to the outside to get around him. And he slams into me. Now I'm able to keep it on the track, but I was sliding all over the place. And, you know, some contact is incidental, but there's other contact that is absolutely intentional. And People, they know that, especially in these open wheel cars, if you take that front wing and you make contact with those back tires, it sends you off track. And that guy went wide, so I was able to kind of get underneath him, but this guy, he got underneath me. And this is the guy, he's been banging into the back of my car quite a bit. So I go up high to try to pass him up high, and he swings up and bumps into me again. And slams into me again. And that guy gets no penalties for that. Because those, in my opinion, those are not incidental. That's intentional. And now this particular race is 8 laps long. But I've already set in my mind that I'm not going to pit to get fresh tires. Because I know that these Mazdas, they can last, depending upon how you drive, they can last 8 or 9 laps on one set of tires. So there's a possibility that I could gain some positions if some of these people pit to get fresh tires. Now, I did have that one pretty serious slide where the guy slammed into me, and that might have flat spotted the tires a little bit, but I'm willing to take the chance, and I'm just going to stay on the same set of tires. I was all the way up in second, and as a result of other people hitting me, I'm all the way back in 9th place. So right about now, I'm not exactly a happy camper. And I try as best I can to pride myself on clean racing. But there's a lot of people that are in these multiplayer races that they are not clean racers at all. And it's not like your car has some magic super turbo boost button that you can use to catch up to them. And when you have cars that are all equally matched performance-wise, it's really hard to catch people once you lose a large amount of track position. And it's not like you can go flying through. Oh, I gained a spot there. It's not like you can go flying through these corners faster than you can go through the corners. You can sometimes get through certain corners, a few miles an hour faster here and there, but it's not like you can take a 40 mile an hour corner at 80 miles an hour. It's not going to work. And so you try to get, like this corner, you try to get the best launch you can going down this back straightaway, because that helps catching the people that are in front of you. And then going through that chicane section, you want to be as articulate as you can through there, but you do have to slow down. And you could, right here, you could just keep going straight and stay on, full blown, flat out, but you'll either get a massive time penalty, or you'll get disqualified. So, and there have been occasions in the past when I've had people, when I'm approaching that chicane, they make contact with me in the back, and it sent me through that section. And they do that on purpose. So these two guys here, these guys are pretty close. I got 2 laps left. This fog is rolling in. So I'm going to try to rein these guys in. Whether or not I'm going to be able to do that, I don't know. Because it's one thing to catch somebody. It's another thing entirely to get past them. And some racers are clean racers. If you're faster than they are, they're going to let you go by. There's other people that they do all kinds of nefarious things to prevent you from passing them, even though you're faster than they are. And I'm not really gaining on that guy that much, a little bit. Now he peels away, and he's going into the pits to get tires. So I gain a position there. I actually gained 2 positions, because 2 different people went into the pits. And this guy here, I think this guy just came out of the pits from getting tires. And that's that Marlboro guy. And he slams into me again. And I kind of misjudged that corner right there, which gave him the opportunity. And there he slams into me again. Gave him the opportunity to get underneath me. And he could have just, been clean and stayed low. But he swung up, swung wide, and slammed into me. And coming down this section here, I'm clearly faster than this guy. But now braking on this chicane is going to be, and I applied more brake than I ordinarily would have, because I didn't want to make contact with that guy. And then coming into this section here, I swing up wide to pass him on the outside, because I know that I'm faster than this guy. And I'm not right next to the wall, but I'm pretty close. And he's on the inside of me. And we're racing pretty close here. He got to that corner a bit better than I did, so he was able to create a certain amount of separation between he and I. And I'm trying to rein this guy in. And I'm coming around on the last lap. And now my heads up is saying moderate tire wear, but I know that with moderate tire wear, I'm going to be able to make it a half a lap. I know that. And I kind of misjudged that. Looked like somebody quit. Now, previously on these straightaways, I was actually able to gain ground on this guy because it seemed like I was faster than he was, but doesn't seem like I'm gaining that ground on him on this lap. Some black smoke came up here, I don't know. Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to end up being fifth in this. I don't see anybody in my rearview mirror, and I'm certainly not going to be catching this guy. So I'm going to end up being fifth in this race, which isn't that bad, but I would certainly like to have a higher position than that. So there's my race in my Formula Mazda at Daytona International Raceway. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on the racetrack.